While making his daily rounds to feed the street cats in the neighborhood, a man noticed something that caught his attention. Inside a small flower pot near the park entrance sat a mother cat. She looked nervous and afraid. Her body was stiff and her eyes kept moving from side to side as if watching for danger. The man felt concerned and wanted to check on her and her babies, but as he took a step closer, a park worker quickly approached him with a serious warning. The worker explained that this mother cat had already scratched several people who tried to touch her kittens. She was very protective and would not allow anyone to come near her little ones. The man stopped moving forward, but he did not walk away. He stood there quietly and observed her behavior. He could understand what was really happening. This cat was not aggressive by nature. She was simply scared and doing what any mother would do to protect her babies. Her scratching was not an act of violence, but an act of desperate protection. She had no other way to keep her kittens safe in a place where strangers kept coming close. The man realized that she needed help, not fear, and he needed to gain her trust before he could do anything. He reached into his bag and carefully pulled out some fresh food he had brought for the street cats. Moving very slowly so he would not startle her, he placed the food on the ground close to the flower pot. The smell of the meal began to reach her nose. She was hungry and had probably not eaten properly while staying alert to guard her kittens. After watching the man for a few moments and seeing that he was not making any threatening moves, she slowly leaned forward and started eating. Her focus shifted to the food, and this gave the man the opportunity he needed. While she was eating, the man moved with gentle and careful hands. He reached toward the kittens and picked them up one by one, placing each of them right next to their mother where she could easily see them. He did this softly and calmly so she would not feel alarmed. The mother cat continued eating but kept glancing at her babies to make sure they were safe. She did not hiss or try to scratch him. Her body language began to change. The stiffness in her posture started to relax and her eyes did not look as frightened as before. She seemed to sense that this man meant no harm. As the man looked around the area, he realized that this was not a suitable place for a mother and her newborns. The flower pot was far too small to provide proper shelter. It offered no protection from the weather or from people walking by. The park itself was noisy and busy with constant foot traffic, dogs being walked nearby, and vehicles passing on the road. There was no peace or safety here. The kittens needed a clean and quiet space to grow, and the mother needed a place where she could finally stop worrying and rest. They deserved much better than this. The man knew he had to act. He opened his carrier and made sure it was ready. Then, moving with the same gentle care as before, he picked up each kitten and placed them inside the carrier. They were tiny and fragile, and he handled them as carefully as possible. After all the kittens were safely inside, he slowly reached for the mother cat. She looked at him but did not resist. It was as if she understood that he was trying to help her family. He gently lifted her and placed her inside the carrier with her babies. The man closed the carrier securely and prepared to leave. He took one last look at the flower pot and the busy park, grateful that this little family would no longer have to live in such difficult conditions. The journey ahead would bring them to a much better place, somewhere they could finally feel safe and cared for. Now this mother cat and her kittens are living in a warm and peaceful home. They no longer have to worry about strangers, noise, or danger. The mother can relax and take care of her babies without fear. The kittens are growing healthy and strong in a clean and loving environment. They have regular meals, soft bedding, and the comfort of knowing they are protected. This rescue gave them a second chance at life, and their future is now filled with hope and happiness. If this rescue story touched your heart and made you feel something special, we would love to hear from you. Take a moment to think about what names would suit these brave little kittens. Share your ideas in the comments section below because your suggestions mean a lot to us. Also, please remember to hit the subscribe button so you can stay updated with more heartwarming rescue stories like this one. Every subscription supports our mission to save more animals in need and share their journeys with people who care. Together, we can continue making a real difference in the lives of helpless animals who are waiting for someone to notice them and give them the love they deserve.